Hey guys, welcome back to This is Kendra TV. Today, guess what's back? Siesta Key is back. So they did a two-part special, so we're gonna cover both episodes and then next week's episode, and we're gonna just keep on rolling because this season is going to be good. If you like my videos, subscribe, share, and let's get into it. If you haven't seen my other reviews for Siesta Keys, it's going to be on the screen up here, so just give it a check out. I hope you guys like it, and let's get into the dirt. Alrighty, so for the first episode of season 2, we start off the season like we started off last year. It is Alex's birthday party. They have like a little recap on what the whole cast was doing. We have some new players in the game this year, and we get to the birthday party. So, as per usual, Juliet is narrating because the show revolves around her and Alex and their relationship. God only knows. Alrighty, so it starts off with Alex's dad, Alex's mom, all they pan shot through his house because you know his house is massive and beautiful. Of them setting up for his birthday party. He's going on about, oh, the setup's gonna work because he's not gonna have 400 people at his birthday party this year. Then it cuts to Juliet coming home from her freshman year of college. She goes back to the house. The mom meets her in the driveway. They're talking about, the mom comes out with a couple of clothing items and they're talking about how they're going to meet Alex's parents on a yacht. And the mom makes a joke. It's like, is a yacht kind of like a cruise ship? And Juliet's like, no. So Madison is back. She and Ben last season tried to make it work. He had found a job in Siesta Key, but I guess it's not working for him, so he's going back to Houston. So they're gonna try to make the long distance thing work. They are technically together, but not together. They don't have any labels, but you see that Madison is kind of getting antsy about that. Then we move on to Chloe. So Chloe is not really doing much. You find out that she is no longer working at the tiki bar, and her and Canvas are now really close friends. This is where you get to meet the new girl. They start her off with a glass of bubbly in her hand, slow motion pan her on the beach with the sun coming down. They edit her, she walks up, and then they pan to the house she's living in, this gorgeous house. And then Chloe's little voiceover is her, this new girl, knew Alex through college. They dated off and on. Then they pan back to the girl. She walks up. Her name enters the screen. Just let it soak in for a minute, because this is how I felt watching it. Kara. It comes up as Kara. Then they get to her door. She opens it. She has very pretty eyes. Okay, she is a very beautiful girl. Don't get me wrong. The way they hyped this girl, I'm excited. So, she opens the door. She welcomes Canvas and Chloe into the house. And the next thing you know, we're in her kitchen and there's someone cooking. And she's like, oh, hey, chef. She has her own chef, you guys. She has her own chef in her house. She's like, and she has like a resting bitch face and just like, she just doesn't care. And the way she speaks, it's not like your typical island, like, she's from Jersey. You find out that she's from Jersey, but she doesn't talk like the rest of them, like, oh my god, like, I can't believe it, like, oh my god. She's very just cold-faced and straight about it. She's like, hi chef, we're gonna go hang out on the terrace. Can you make us some lunch? And he's all like, yes, I will make you food. So they go out onto the terrace and they're having a conversation, and Chloe's like, Juliet hasn't talked to her all summer and they haven't really hung out, and she was the one who introduced him to Alex, introduced her to Alex, and now that she's with Alex and she's getting to be the new Mrs. Combos, whatever his last name is, she doesn't know anybody. And then Cara is like, if I were to call Alex or text Alex anytime, he would come over. And then they're like, Chloe is like, so I'm inviting you to Alex's birthday party, knowing that she's gonna cause some SHIT, because you know that's what Chloe is there for. She's there to stir the pot. She's there to make shit happen. And then Canvas is like, maybe you can ruin a little something something. And then Cara's like, if I wanted him, I could take him away from Juliet. And then and then Chloe's like, he's so obsessed with you because you're the only girl that ever dumped him. And I find when you keep looking at it, like if you keep on watching the show, I kind of do believe it. I think that this girl is more on Alex's level, not because they both come from money and she doesn't really care that he has all these expensive things and he can give her nice things because she can get it herself. That's why I think they're on the same level. But I also think she's his match. Like, when it comes to them not giving a shit and doing other things with other people but then coming back with each other and they're just kind of like, okay, whatever, I think she is more of a match than Juliet. Because Juliet kind of, not saying that it's not a bad thing, she kind of throws herself at Alex. Alex can treat her like shit, and you kind of see that during the next couple of episodes here. And she'll just cry about it, but then be with him the next day. So then they cut over to the dinner with Juliet's parents and Alex and Alex's parents. They get onto the boat and Juliet's dad is like, this boat is really expensive. And then Alex's dad nonchalantly was like, this boat is not the most expensive. It's only a cool $9 million. I'm like, $9 million? This man is sitting here thinking this boat is the half of his house. So I found that to see the dynamics between the two families is kind of interesting. And then Alex's dad blatantly calls his son a dog during the dinner. And then Juliet's dad asks Alex what he wants in the future, if he wants a family, if he wants like kids. I don't know if MTV is trying to be spiteful. They cut to Alex saying just nothing, just looking down and not really talking. They also cut to Juliet. She's kind of like hiding away because she damn well knows that Alex is nowhere near close to wanting to have a child or babies. And then after the silence, Alex's mom is like, no, I know he's gonna make a good father and be a good husband. And then Alex is like, oh yeah, I want one or two. And then Juliet's dad is like, kids or wives? And then they cut to a commercial. Then we move on to Garrett. Garrett last season was walked over he got walked over by Kelsey, and then Juliet walked over him. I really hope this season he gets a break in the woman department, or just kind of stops dating. I don't know. Someone nice needs to come Garrett's way. So they have his little monologue. He's moving out of his house. He had a business, or has a business, sorry, and it's doing really well. Then him and Brandon are outside talking how Brandon's music career is doing really well. It's taking off, so that's good on him. And that maybe in the future it would be Brandon's turn to move out of his parents' house and he'll be helping. Then they pan over to Kelsey. Kelsey comes out because last season, if you watch, Kelsey was the new girl on the block. Kelsey was the one to watch. Not like Canvas, but she was the new blonde, pretty, blue-eyed girl. So Kelsey's now coming home from New York. So they say that her and Garrett are not together. Kelsey found a new man, which doesn't surprise me. And the way that Garrett found out was over an Instagram post. They had posted something. So Kelsey is talking to her mom about how New York was good for her and the modeling career is doing well. Then we go over back into Juliet land, and guess who's back? Amanda. Amanda last season just kind of disappeared halfway through the season. She had that altercation with Chloe, and after the altercation she disappeared. Like, when I started watching the show last year, I thought she was the one that was gonna be the major player in the show, like going after other people's men and starting shit, and she I don't know, she just disappeared. So they're in so Juliet and Amanda are going to try to buy Alex a birthday gift, and they're talking about how do you beat getting a boat for your birthday? You don't. But it's the thought that counts. Juliet buy him something kind of cute. Then we move on to the next key player of this season. I'm also excited for this one. His name is Jared. They have him not as dramatic as Kara. They have him walk in. You find out some of his backstory. He was in the military. He is now back. So thank you for serving your country. He's back. And then you find out a little something about Madison. Madison is portrayed on the show as the good girl. She is the saint. She is, all the guys want her because she's this good girl. Last year, everyone thought it was her and Alex that were destined to be together. But then you find out that the reason why Jared and Alex have beef is because of Madison. Madison was hooking up with Jared while she was with Alex. So it wasn't all one-sided when it comes to Madison and Alex not working out, as I thought it was one-sided. I thought it was just Alex was being a dog. But here on the other hand, Madison was being a dog with Jared. Jared is a wall that Jared is the wall that I think they needed in the show to kind of battle Alex, like good versus evil type deal. Because everyone else in the show kind of just bows down to Alex, but Jared's not having it. He just doesn't care. So Brandon, Garrett, all invite Jared to Alex's birthday party, which I don't think was like the best place, but we'll get into that. So after that scene, we go into Madison. Madison is, poor girl, she's not having the best of luck. She is moving back into her parents' place because Kelsey moved to go to New York, and I guess the sister had also moved to go somewhere else. So they pan to her moving back all sad into her old room, Chloe is there telling her that she is going to go invite Cara to Alex's birthday party. Then they're like, oh, Juliet's gonna freak. And then Chloe does bring up quite a good point during this whole 2 episodes. Alex has slept with the entire town, except for maybe Canvas and like Chloe. So if Juliet doesn't want all these girls around who slept with Alex, it's probably only going to be her, Canvas, and like Chloe. Because Alex has slept with everybody. And half your friends he has slept with. So the real issue that kind of irks me when it comes to Juliet always going off on Cara is because she slept with Alex. But one of her best friends she confides in, Amanda, also slept with Alex. And you still hang out with her, and you still confide in her, but you never really beef with her. And Kelsey, I'll explain more, you'll get where I'm going with this, also slept with Alex. And you guys are kind of like buddy-buddy all of a sudden. But I digress. So we move on. So we move on now to, why am I writing church? So we now move back over to Brandon, Garrett, and Jared. They're talking about, oh, it's gonna be okay. If Jared goes to the party, nothing's gonna happen. There's gonna be too much people there for anything to happen. Not true. We get to the party, everyone's having a good time. Madison and Kelsey have a quick conversation. They're like, oh, Juliet and Alex look like they're in a very good place, blah blah blah, this and that. We all know that's gonna change. So Jared walks in. Brandon in the scene has like a new girlfriend. It pans at the bottom, it's like Brandon's girlfriend. I'm like, where did this girl come from? They explain a little more about her in the next episode. Jared walks in. So you can kind of hear the chatter. Paul is talking to Alex. Alex is like, why is Jared here? Jared goes up to Madison, quickly sweeps her off her feet, takes Madison out to the beach, and he's talking about all the things he did in the military. It's a very cute, loving scene. He kind of breaks down. She hugs him. Then we get back into the party where Chloe and Cara walk into the building, and Juliet snaps towards Cara. She's like, what is she doing here? So Juliet is upset, which is okay, so I get where Juliet's coming from. You don't really want to see any of your ex's girls or ex-girls being there, and vice versa. I don't think Alex would want to see any of Juliet's girls being there. But half the girls in this party are half naked and they're all gunning after Alex. Every spot or every shot you see or pan to, someone is talking to Alex half naked, doing whatever. Juliet's kind of like hovering over him so no girls can talk to him. So Juliet goes in with Chloe and is like, why did you bring Cara here? Da da da. And then favorite line of the season. Again, Chloe is like, Alex has slept with all of Siesta Key. If you didn't want any of these people to be here, it would be literally me and you, which is true. Alex has slept with everybody. Like, Juliet, you know this, you get this, this is who he is. He slept around with a lot of girls. If you're this insecure about your relationship with him, you need to sit down, reevaluate, and if you can't handle this, you need to find someone else, because he has slept with all of or most of your friends, and he has slept with a lot of Siesta Key. So you need to figure it out. I know that Juliet, I see both points of view. I know that Juliet's angry because it's like an ex-girlfriend, and this is the girl that's got away, this is the girl that he's hung up on, and she doesn't want him there. But I also see where Chloe's coming from. If this is why you're so mad at him, this is why you're so mad at her, is because she slept with him. You need to also be mad with Amanda. You need to be mad with Kelsey. These two girls shouldn't be around. Plus whatever other girls have slept with him in the past should not be around. Something happens. Jared goes up to Paul and Alex at this point is just faded. He is out of his mind. He is gone. Same with Paul, which I thought last season a lot of Paul's backstory was he was going to stop drinking because he gets into a lot of trouble after he drinks, and he's drinking. So I don't know if I want to feel bad for Paul, because at this point I don't. So Jared goes up like the grown man he is, says hi to Alex. Alex is calling him all sorts of names, and Paul is so far stuck up Alex's a-hole, like he is wedged right up there, that I think Paul heard something Alex had said but thought it was Jared. So Paul goes in and like jumps Jared. This whole fight happens. Funniest shit is there's this girl in the scene. She doesn't know what's going on, and she just tumbles off the stage.